What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, IMX Money, and today I want to talk about are NFTs Ponzi schemes. And in my opinion, I'm gonna say it's a maybe. There's a lot of things with NFTs that are not defined yet, and the space is so new. I'm not gonna say it is a Ponzi scheme because it's this new type of investment that doesn't really have any rules or standards. Maybe there are some scams. I'm not gonna say many of them are. I mean, you can make an NFT. It doesn't mean it's gonna go well. So I think there's a possibility for anybody to come in the space, and you're gonna have some bad actors. But I'll say a majority of the time that there's a lot of people that actually do try to make something good. Are they gonna fulfill their promises or whatever they said that they're gonna set out to do? Maybe, maybe not. NFTs kind of blew up like 2020, 2021. I mean, they've been around for a long time, but I think this is the first time it's getting into the mainstream. And now I'm just gonna put my opinion out in the zeitgeist. And if you do have a different opinion, I think we all have different conclusions to answers on whether an NFT is a Ponzi scheme. I think my audience, um, they they may like entities because I do usually just talk about cryptocurrency, but um, hopefully you enjoy this video. So, looking at the definition for a Ponzi scheme, it says with little or no legitimate earnings, Ponzi schemes require a constant flow of new money to survive. When it becomes hard to recruit new investors or when a large number of existing investors cash out, these schemes tend to collapse. I know I talked really fast. I'm sorry for that. But yes, yes. Um, with no legitimate earnings, this is all crypto is. It is like a hype based market. Anything that has a lot of people that are willing to buy it, I feel like you don't have to have any standards at all. You can say something, and then there could be a lot of people that believe it, but it doesn't mean that it's actually gonna happen. And that's where the thing with cryptocurrencies that it is kind of secretive and it really isn't because the blockchain you can see what happens to all the transactions everything like that, but you can't see what the project developers are actually doing, who they are. Maybe sometimes they will expose themselves, maybe put out their name and picture, but who really knows if it's actually them? And that's where it gets a little confusing where it says little to no legitimate earnings. It Everybody's just trying to believe what they want to believe in the space, and I think that that's where the it gets kind of scary or a little bit nerve wracking to really put your trust in random people on the internet. And then it says Ponzi schemes require consistent flow of new money to survive. I think that's true for every single market, whether that's the stock market, a crypto market, NFTs in general. Anything that needs money or any type of investment needs new investors because if you don't, then they're just going to be people that are actually in the investments are probably just going to try to one up each other, and it gets kind of uh, uh like I would say like I would envision a piranha trying like a bunch of piranhas trying to get one piece of meat. It doesn't last very long. It's not going to go well. The it's just not the best situation. So a constant flow of new money to survive. Yes, NFTs definitely need that. There needs to be a lot of euphoria in the market. I know I think I said it wrong, but there has to be just this blind running towards something, running towards a goal that a lot of people can come together and want one thing for anything to last in the crypto space. I think that's with a lot of investments. Some of them are have a lot of fundamentals, technical stuff that people can actually see. But with I think cryptocurrency, you kind of have if you want to make a lot of money, people actually have to believe in the product. And if no one new is gonna come in, then you know it that project is gonna die. I think that's with everything and recruiting new investors. NFTs does not have a problem. I think that if people are seeing people buy a monkey picture for $200,000, I think there's just gonna be some people that actually want to understand what's actually happening so they can make maybe some money. I think that was like a lot of people that are in the NFT space. If people can buy something that may be considered stupid, I think I think there's a good chance that people can make money in this space. Sorry, maybe you did buy a picture of a bored ape or just a million ape, but in the grand scheme of things, a lot of this is very new, and what happens with the market is just for the future to decide. And for a large number of existing investors cash out, these schemes tend to collapse. I cashed out. I got into other crypto altcoins, but dang, the market is it's not looking the best right now. Oh, it's tough. Happy that I did it. I'm fine with whatever happens, but yeah, I just thought that the hype wasn't there like there once was for NFTs. Everything was just going up, and that time it was perfect. But now it definitely feels like you kind of have to really, really know what you're doing, and it's just not there for me. So I feel like there's just not there for a lot of other people. And with that information, that's why I decided to get out of NFTs. And these are red flags for a pyramid scheme or Ponzi scheme. My bad. A Ponzi scheme. It says high returns with little or no risk. Everybody that gets into NFTs knows that there is a risk. Nothing's guaranteed in the space whatsoever. And overly consistent returns. This kind of reminds me of how my dad, I believe, got into like a pyramid scheme or an actual Ponzi scheme. I, they said that they're going to give him like 15% returns on this money like every single month, and I'm surprised that he didn't actually ask me if that was going to be a good investment, but I, you know, hopefully it works out. I don't think so, but you know what? You live and you learn. Unregistered investments with the SEC. This is just crypto in general. I don't even think Bitcoin is really regulated. I mean, they just got a futures market, but everything else, I don't think Bitcoin is has been deemed a security or and that I don't know what it is. You know, not even gonna really talk about it, but there is stuff in the NFT space that is. I don't even think that the government will be able to get on that for like 10 years because I think that crypto moves a mile per minute, and I was seeing stuff like there was a lot of things that if like the government were to find out, I don't know what would happen to those NFTs because it is such a new space, and seeing how cryptocurrency is not really regulated and getting into NFTs where they just if there's a finish line they passed it like 20 years ago. I don't know what's gonna happen with NFTs, especially with the government. So that's where it gets a little nerve wracking or scary. And then unlicensed sellers, yeah, there's anonymous and some people are gonna dox themselves. Secretive complex strategies, I mean, if you're getting into NFTs, kind of know what to do. Do not buy the pre-reveal, and because that's when it usually dumps right after. When they actually really reveal the photos or the NFTs. There are rules to NFTs, and it's not secretive, not complex. You just go with the flow, and you kind of learn what happens. Issues with paperwork, not really. Kind of like white papers and pictures, so I don't think there's any issues with that. And difficulty receiving payments, I would say not really. Um, I mean, depending on the project, if it's 100,000 and there's 10 people that want to buy the project but nobody else, you're probably not going to be able to get paid out or cash out in any sort of way. But it only depends on how many people are willing to actually buy the NFT. Difficulty receiving payments, it's kind of automatic. I bought many NFTs either whether I sold them for a loss or a profit. That it's kind of simple. You kind of get that cash instantly. You're not gonna have to wait 13 days for you to sell it. You can sell it whatever you want to. That has been my experience. That's probably uh, a collective experience. It really just depends on how many people want to get into the project that you might be wanting to sell out. And whether cryptocurrency is a Ponzi scheme or not, I think there are many things that can be related to cryptocurrency that could be considered a Ponzi scheme, but also it is a very speculative investment or a very niche, and people just want to make a lot of money, and I think that's the main reason to get into Ponzi schemes. It does follow some of the rules like these new investors, but I believe that's with every single market. I think, is it really a Ponzi scheme? No, but is it a bubble? Somewhat, but I think as NFTs are going to be here to stay. People want to make money. If NFTs is a fast way to make money, yo, people are going to be doing it no matter what. So hopefully you enjoy this video. It's your boy, my Makes Money. And thank you guys for watching. Peace.